It's Tuesday, March 11th, 2008. This is Variant Edition. Welcome to Variant Edition, your source for comic book news and culture. I'm Mike. Variant Edition is the first weekly video podcast about comics and comic culture. We started way back in February 2006, and we're still dedicated to bringing you the best in everything that is related to comics. We're still getting some great feedback since we asked for our international viewers to drop us a line or a comment, and next week we're going to be reading some of those comments on the show. So if you're watching us from a country that isn't North America, leave a comment or send an email to kevin@variantedition.com. It's great to hear what some of our international viewers have to say, and hell, if you're from the U.S., drop us a comment and let us know where you're from too. When Kevin finally gets the website revamped, we're going to be putting up a Google Maps thing, so you can let us know where you're from, but until then, shoot an email or leave a comment. But first, let's take a look at what comics you can expect to find in shops this week. After the rundown, I'll be back with our pick of the week. So that's a look at what's out this week. Our pick of the week, well, knowing us, it should be a no-brainer. Get it? Because it's Walking Dead number 47. It continues the epic story of the return of the governor, with issue 46 ending like it did. We're all waiting with bated breath to see what twist Robert Kirkman has in store for us in 47. Remember, no one is safe. I'll be back later in the show with some first looks, but up next, it's Nick with the news.
Hi, I'm Nick, and these are your headlines for Tuesday, March 11th, 2008. Marvel announced that Joe Quesada's Joe Fridays is moving from Newsarama to MySpace. The move is due to Marvel's growing relationship with MySpace and the continued growth of MySpace comics. Every Friday, the My Cup of Joe column will answer questions from fans, and supposedly no topic is off limits. Speaking of cons, the New York Comic Con announced that Neil Gaiman will be presenting a live reading benefiting the Comic Book Legal Defense Fund on Friday, April 18th. Tickets will be $20 and are available while supplies last. 100% of the proceeds will be going to benefit the First Amendment legal work of the Comic Book Legal Defense Fund. Frank Miller and Eva Mendes are set to appear at the New York Comic Con Saturday, April 19th to promote the upcoming Spirit movie. Lionsgate will premiere the teaser poster and present a first look at the film. Stan Lee created some of the most memorable heroes in comics during his tenure with Marvel, and now he's going manga. The father of the Marvel Universe is teaming up with Hiroyuki Takei, the creator of Shaman King, to create a new project for Jump Squared Second, a Japanese-language manga magazine which is premiering on April 18th. No title or news of an American release, but we'll keep you up to date. Now let's talk of moving pictures with Kevin, who's filling in for Eddie this week.
Thanks, Nick. Lots of big news on the world of comic book movies this week. First up, MySpace premiered the new Wanted trailer last week. It definitely gives a better look at the movie and Angelina Jolie's tats. Speaking of trailers, the Incredible Hulk trailer finally has a date. The trailer will be smashing into theaters this Friday, March 14th with Doomsday. But if you can't wait, check out an exclusive broadcast Wednesday at 9:56 p.m. on MTV, VH1, Spike, Nick at Night, and CMT. And after the TV airing, you'll be able to find it at MTV.com. The Iron Man marketing machine is still going strong. we've got to look at 2 new movie posters. This puts the total so far to what, 4 posters? But back online, check out the Audi Iron Man microsite. In the movie, Tony Stark will be driving the Audi R9, and don't think Audi isn't taking advantage of the geek cred. Check out the site for a peek at Stark's workshop. So we've got Iron Man and Hulk this summer, but what's on the horizon for Marvel? Empire Online is reporting that Matthew Vaughn, who is slated to direct an upcoming Thor movie, says that the film is currently in a holding pattern and that the plan is to cast a total unknown as Thor. Empire Online is also reporting that the Ant-Man film is still a go. Brit comedy director Edgar Wright is set to direct and told Empire that the second draft is in the works. Expect Ant-Man to be a sci-fi action-adventure with a comedic element. And this is the first we've heard, but expect both Hank Pym and Scott Lang to appear in the film. It's not all Marvel movies. Watchmen director Zack Snyder released shots of the main characters last week. The official movie site has nice high-res versions of them all, but still no Dr. Manhattan. We'll just have to wait and see exactly how blue he's going to be. Nick?
Thanks, Kevin. The Dark Knight is set for release this summer, and it seems the marketing machine is getting geared up again now that some time has passed after the death of Heath Ledger. We can expect to see much more of Harvey Dent very soon. The marketing is shifting attention to Dent, and the website IBelieveInHarveyDent.com was recently updated with a short audio message, very reminiscent of much of the current political campaigning that is going on during the primaries. In more behind-the-scenes news, the New York Times posted a set report and stated the film's budget to be $180 million, and that director Chris Nolan declined to use a second-unit director. Usually, big-budget movies will have some of the minor scenes shot by what's called a second unit at the same time as major scenes that are worked on by the director. This is usually to save time. So what does this mean for The Dark Knight? If it's on screen, it was shot by Nolan. Also, expect an evolution of the look of Gotham. And Chud is reporting that for Two-Face scenes, Nolan shot both a Harvey Dent version and a Two-Face version of each scene. It's a pretty ambitious way to go, but should lead to a more convincing split-personality performance. We just can't wait to see how they pull it off. Alright, that's it for the news this week. We'll see you next week.
Alright, so we've got the first looks this week, and substituting for Lewis, we've got Nick here. And Nick, as you know, is a big indie reader, so what we've got is Atomic Robo.
Yeah, that was my first look for the week. Comes out Wednesday, and, as you guys know, I've read it before. I've reviewed it on the show. And this issue, no difference. Still awesome. It's pretty much wrapping up the first 6-issue story of Atomic Robo. You finally have the showdown between Helsingard and Atomic Robo, and the entire time it's just like robots fighting each other while talking smack the entire time. I enjoyed the hell out of it, and, it's kind of sad to see this story end, but it's really great to know that if you go on superherohype.com, they have a nice little article about all the crap that's going on for Atomic Robo. They apparently have like 20 more issues signed.
Really?
Writer, artist, color, everybody's still on board. And another great thing for the Robo crew, they got a free comic for Free Comic Book Day. That's like amazing news for them, because I love their work. We all know Scott.
Great
good guy.
Good.
Yeah, and you have like this new comic that came out and you already have a free issue on Free Comic Book Day. That's great PR stuff.
Yeah, glad to see it. Also, we took a look at The Last Defenders.
We lit a fire
of The Last Defenders here. The Last Defenders of New Jersey. Now, Nick doesn't usually read Marvel, so I'm really interested to see what Nick's going to say, but I'll just set it up by saying The Last Defenders, it's a slap-together crew. You've got Colossus, some guy named the Blazing Skull, She-Hulk, and Nighthawk, I guess is his name. I don't really.
It was Nighthawk.
It was Nighthawk. Okay, so what did you think? This is why Nick doesn't read Marvel.
It was like, Initiative this, Protocol that, Tony Stark being a jerk. I don't really know. I read it. I had some chuckles because, the Blazing Skull called Colossus a Ruski, and that's kind of cool. It was funny. They were the defenders of New Jersey. They fought in Atlantic City. The Blazing Skull referred to him as the Donald and said they should comp him a room or some crap like that. All I gotta say is there's a nice little show at the end with Quetzalcoatl. If you don't know who Quetzalcoatl is, you'll find out on 2012. But it's a nice depiction of Quetzalcoatl. It's the first legged version of Quetzalcoatl I've ever seen. It's normally the winged serpent, and as we all know, serpents don't tend to have legs, which is why they're serpents. But whatever. Mike?
I kind of enjoyed it, but kind of didn't. It was... There's a lot of things going on inside the comic that are setting up for this bigger arc. So I hope they wrap everything up coming up. last defenders in New Jersey. Figures New Jersey would get somebody like the Nighthawk to lead the team. Anyway, I took a look at Wolverine, which is the continuing story right now in Wolverine, is he's hunting down Mystique. And it's kind of throwing me off because I'm like, I didn't know Mystique didn't age, but apparently she doesn't age, and she's been around just as long as Wolverine has. Go figure. And there's this whole bitter rivalry. And right now we're talking about, it was like Kansas City during like the gold rush time. They called it the Paris of Kansas or whatever, and she's got a little group of freaks, not mutants, but freaks, and they kind of do, like, she's got, like, the whole pickpocketing thing going on. They got a guy doing 3-card Monty, and he's got 6 fingers, so he can always palm the ace. It's nice, you know? Great way to cheat people.
And she's got, like, the bearded lady picking pockets.
No, she's got the fat lady with a midget underneath to pick pockets.
Nice.
While she's eating chocolates. And then they got, like, a hooker who's biting off, like, not that, but a diamond. You know how they used to wear, like, the diamond tacks on the ties?
Yeah.
She's, like, sucking the diamond off the tie during the whole paid for her services thing.
Well, that's a good use of talent.
Yeah, exactly. So Mystique's got a very interesting team, and she's like, you should stay here, and we could be happy, and you part of a bigger thing, and I need you around to do it. And then meanwhile, it jumps back into the future where, you know, Wolverine is tracking her down, and she's taking the place of a senator, which means she's surrounded by Marines, a whole platoon. So Wolverine has to pull an ace up his sleeve in order to track her down and take him down. That's basically the first looks for this week.
Is it an adamantium ace?
Yes.
Nice.
All right, that's it for Brand Edition Tuesday this week.
Yep, before we go, we got a few things to update you on.
The first, of course, being that the New York Comic Con, we've been confirmed that we're going to be part of the podcast arena.
Yeah, now before you get any funny ideas, it's really not that kind of arena.
Damn, I was really looking forward to some 2-man enter, 1-man leave sort of situations.
Yeah, I bet you were, Mike. But anyway, we'll have a table where we'll be recovering when we're not out on the show floor covering the big-ass convention.
Because we won't be recovering from battle. Just look for Brand Edition banner and TV.
Yep, for all the details about this year's show, check out NewYorkComicCon.com, or just go to our website and click the ad.
And continuing on the theme from the last 2 weeks, we still can't believe the amount of hate mail we've got from Nick's rant on Fall Out Boy.
Wait, what hate mail? Oh yeah, no hate mail.
Next week we're going to have a big viewer mail segment, and as it looks right now, there's not much hate mail, and none from the Fall Out Boy fans.
Yeah, well, you know, Mike, Fall Out Boy fans are lame, and our fans aren't lame.
Oh.
So it all works out.
I see how that works. All right, but before we go and wrap this up, this weekend saw the return of Variant Edition, The Discussion.
Yeah, it was a little different from some past discussions. Expect more short discussions like the Kick-Ass discussion.
Yes. Don't worry, you'll get a chance to hear us drone on for about a half an hour about another topic soon. I think we have Are Comics Too Expensive discussion?
Yeah, oh, what about the Are Comics Too Sexist discussion? We shot that a while ago. What's up with that one, Kevin?
Do we really want to put that out? Are we brave enough to put that out?
We'll see how brave we are before we release that one.
I think we're bold enough.
We're bold. And
I think we were
spicy.
too ballsy, though.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Our next discussion is just going to be a look at the new DVD release of Justice League: The New Frontier.
Then next week we begin our month-long look back at last year's New York Comic Con.
And we hear some of your complaints about only putting out the Tuesday episodes. Well, chumps, the whole working a real job sometimes interferes with Variant Edition. But we've got about 3 shows in various states of completion that we want to get out to you in the next week or so.
So keep your fingers crossed.
Yeah, want to know where to find all those phantom upcoming episodes? Check out...
Where are they?
They're phantom, Mike.
Wow.
But if you're one of those ghost hunters or whatever, you can go to variantedition.com, where we have links to all the ways you can watch us.
Like Blip TV, YouTube, Google Video, or the super high-res and BitTorrent distributed views versions.
Yep. All right, well, it's time to wrap up. But before we go, we'd also like to thank Classic Comics, our host, for this and just about every episode of Variant Edition.
You know what I love about Classic Comics?
What's that?
They can save you up to 20% on all of your comics for that you buy for that week. You want to know how to do it, Nick?
How?
You have to go to ClassicComics.com for the details.
I thought you were just going to, like, show me.
Nope. Not that lucky.
I gotta go.
You gotta go to the website. They gotta go to the website, you gotta go to the website.
Okay.
I went to the website. I saved 20% on my comics. Catch
Well-
you later.
I like the rap.
I liked my Johnny Carson. Like Carson did for a second.